All right, well, welcome back to Virtual 272 that has now become online because of all the reasons that you know are so apparent. I'd like to first mention, first, I have to know how far I can go to your left and to your right. I might wander off screen because I don't know how wide my iPad is recording, and for that up front, I apologize. This is a work in progress, and it's a very uncomfortable situation for me, considering there is no one here. And that does make it uncomfortable for me because when I talk, I like to be able to feed off of you. I like to understand what questions you have and concerns and things you don't understand. So when I look out and I see no one, it makes it kind of challenging for me. So please excuse my discomfort. I guess first of all, I'm glad everybody is back that I can't see on the other side of my iPad. And for those of you who did contact me after I had started emailing a few days ago, thank you. Hopefully we can get most of you back online, no pun intended, back in class. I've dealt with a lot of issues, connectivity issues, email account issues, the SC4 account issues, a number of them. And hopefully I've tried to field those, I have tried to field them, hopefully in the best of my ability. A number of you have already said, yes, you had that taken care of or this taken care of. So that's what I want to do at this end. Hopefully all of you that are watching this are well, knowing all of the things that have gone on over the past couple of weeks. I want to make sure, I hope that everyone is doing just fine with respect to this COVID-19 issue that the entire world is dealing with right now. Now, what do we have to expect? How are we going to do this? How are we going to try and finish up the semester? Hopefully, we will make it through the semester. Yeah, I know, no commencement, no pinning ceremonies. I don't know what's going on with the HESI, whether that's been shelved for now. I don't know. I want to be able to get us to the end of the semester and have you know as much as you possibly can out of this particular class. Changing formats midstream like this very quickly has been difficult. Not only difficult on you, but much less difficult on me. And hopefully what I've done is going to allow a somewhat smooth continuation until we get to May 7th, which is right before May 8th, which of course is graduation, which we won't have. Now, a couple of things. What I've put up here is a variation on the online schedule that I had sent out the other day. And you go, oh man, he's changed it again. Not really, I just tried to clarify some things. I wanted to put some chapters from the text along with the material that we were going to be covering, just so instead of going, oh, metabolism and nutrition, what chapter, where do I look? It's the one titled Metabolism and Nutrition, which happens to be number 24. Also, I think that I had to change the font of one of the exams where I put it bold and underlined just to make it kind of correspond with all of the rest. So really, as far as content goes, no changes. Same thing, I will be getting this out to all of you tonight. Now, how are we going to go through this content? Now it says, yeah, we'll do an endocrine review. Yeah, well, that's forthcoming. I've spent most of the day playing around with YouTube to figure out how I can post what I'm recording right now. I'm not exactly sure. I think I should be able to do it. Endocrine information should be coming tonight, hopefully before our class periods tomorrow. We'll see. Now, for example, urinary system, we're going to be getting into that on Thursday. Chapter 25. What should you expect? You're used to me coming in, firing everything up, talking about this stuff, giving you some anecdotes about my dogs, talking about what's going on in the world today, taking questions from you. And that's the difficult part for me. It's the taking questions from you. I've tried to, like, pulling teeth, and some of you are fantastic at it. When I say, okay, what questions do you have? Boom, I get a few hands that go up. Not as many as I wish. But that's what I like. And then I'm able to find out, what haven't I clarified well enough? Things are gonna change. What I wanna be able to do is make sure our class time is set up primarily, or I should say used for primarily, you clarifying things or me clarifying things and saying, you know, hey, I really didn't understand what's the difference between a ureter and a urethra. I didn't get it. Could you tell me more about the kidney? And the kidney is going to be challenging. I heard nephron and juxtaglomerular apparatus. Can you clear those up? That's what I hope we can do with our time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as I can clarify those. I had planned, as I said in one or two of my emails, we are in a constantly shifting environment right now. I had planned on doing all of my videos from here, so I can actually run PowerPoints up here. I'll get a better position of the iPad, so maybe I can move around a little bit more, can do some drawing of things over here. I don't even know if I'm still on the, in the screen. We were told a few hours ago, within literally the last 4 hours, we're not supposed to be on campus anymore, which means I might have to shift all my plans that I had until today and do videos from home. I'll try and figure out how that works. You might get a look at my home office. I don't know. Like I've said, things are changing constantly all the time. So these videos, as far as content goes, it's not going to be, I'm not gonna try and put together a file to send to you or to make accessible to you that's going to be an hour and a half or a 2-hour lecture. What I want to do in my perfect world is make sure that the lectures are broken into roughly 15-minute chunks. Small. So I'm gonna have to take the urinary system and hit it with a hammer and try and break it into small 15-minute units, mini units. I really don't know what to call them at this point. And then push those out, send those out to you. I'll be sending those out via YouTube, just like I'm doing with this, I hope. Now, I've been asked by a couple of people, why aren't you using Canvas? One of the things is, first of all, if I had a couple of weeks more of lead time, maybe I would be. Another thing that I've heard is trying to upload lecture videos like this. If you go more than 6, 7, 8 minutes, it really takes a lot of time to try and upload onto Canvas. So I'm going with YouTube. Hopefully by tonight, sorry, I keep looking up at the clock in the back of this room. Hopefully by tonight, I will have all of that smooth and be able to get that information to you as quickly and easily as possible. When's it going to come out? When am I going to find that the videos are available online? Well, right now, as we try and segue into this, my goal in a perfect world is that I will have the videos that I make, that we make, I'll try and stay in frame, to be posted to YouTube and for you to get an sc4.student.edu, or however that goes, notification by Monday morning and Wednesday morning. Ideally, by Monday morning, boom, I'll send out an email to you. It'll say, this is what's available. Urinary system is out there. Respiratory system is out there. Digestive system is out there. And I'll give you the links, and hopefully they'll be easy to find. That'll give you an entire day. For example, Monday, if I drop these or post these or whatever it's called, if I put them out on Monday, Monday morning, you'll have all day until Tuesday morning. Ideally, I'd like to get them out on Sunday night, maybe. Same thing, class on Thursday, I'd love to have it out Wednesday morning, just to give you enough lead time. Now, along with the content, as long as, hey, what's gonna be on respiratory or urinary or endocrine or digestive, that's important stuff to wonder about, but I think probably what's sitting at the top of your mind right now is assessment, AKA exams. How are we gonna exam? Well, stay with me for a minute, because it might sound bad, but hopefully I'll make it sound better in a minute. Our typical, all right, let's do 48 multiple choice questions and 2 or 3 essays or short answer. That's gonna go away. I mean, I can't facilitate it this quickly at this point in the game. So, stay with me. What I want to attempt to do is send out timed exams. Doesn't sound good. And those might be 7, 8, 9 multiple choice questions. And then maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6. I haven't written any of these, so it's still rolling around in my head. Essays. Now, don't go to withdrawal yet. Here's the deal. Here's what I want to do. As I go through each one of these systems with these tiny little mini units, or whatever we're going to call them, I want to be able to say for example on April 9th, as those drop, and I say, okay, well, here's 5 little 15-minute videos. In those videos, I want to be able to explain what I expect you to be able to do. How are you going to apply the information about the respiratory system? So you'll understand about the lungs and these things called alveoli and gas exchange. Okay, what are some examples of ways that I could put these into an essay? So, ideally, you're on YouTube, you're pulling these things off, you're watching them during class time and other times, you're getting a hold of me wanting clarification. Fantastic. If you're doing that with the information that I'm going to give you, there should be no question when we walk in on April 7th to the endocrine and urinary exam, you know just what's going to be on there, and you've had time to prep for it. Also, the exams. Let me see. The 7th, which is a Tuesday. 21st, Tuesday. May 5th, Tuesday. They're all coming after a weekend. So I'm not jamming information onto you on Tuesday and then an exam on Thursday. I've never felt that was right, and I'm not going to change it now. Ideally, if this does not change, which I really don't want it to, and I will fight to make sure it doesn't change, May 7th, it's a day for overflow if something even more horrific happens. But ideally on May 7th, that's a Thursday, I'd like to get your overall grades back to you, which is why I want to do the final on May 5th, which is during final exams week. That way, going into the 7th, you're good. And we can actually kind of put a big bow on this semester and look forward to, let's say fall. I don't know what's going to happen this spring and summer semester. I have no idea. So, I guess a couple of important things. We've addressed how I kind of want to do the exams. I'm going to prep you as best I can to know exactly what's coming in your direction. As far as saying they're timed, here's what I'm kind of thinking. Let's say your class starts at 9. I'll set this up for maybe an hour and a half. At 9 a.m., I hit send. And all of you, well, in the 9 a.m. class, you get your exam. And then you'll have until 10:30 or 10:45, some previously discerned or described time. You have to reply either with just a reply to me, or maybe it's an attachment, I don't care. But it has to come in by the end of the exam. So you can't sit on it for 4 or 5 or 6 hours. It has to be shot back. So as we move forward, deadlines are going to be really, really important. Anything that I can come up with in here as far as some type of a smaller assessment, quizzes, assignments and whatnot, that'll be coming to you through your sc4.edu account. If you know anybody that hasn't received any of my information, that is on their Gmail account or their Yahoo account or who knows what else, tell them. I am going to send names and student numbers from a number of individuals, your fellow students that I haven't heard from. They're going to be going to, I think it's Student Services, they're going to be reaching out. So we're going to do everything we can to shake all the bushes that we can to be able to pull as many of you back in that might have gotten lost in the shuffle of the last 2 weeks. So essentially, schedule you've got. I'll be sending out a new one with these individual chapters on them tonight. The individual information about the endocrine review, which we've covered it all. We were done with endocrine 2 weeks ago. I just want to kind of jostle your memory a little bit. That should be coming out tonight. Tomorrow, 12:30, 9 o'clock, whenever your course starts, I'll be sitting on the computer waiting, and we'll see how this goes. First day or two, it's going to be a little choppy, but by the time we get to the beginning of April, it should be running nice and smooth, barring any more changes as far as I can tell. So with that being said, I think I'm up on about my 15 minutes. I will keep my fingers crossed that this actually recorded, and I will keep my fingers crossed, not that that helps, that I can get it uploaded to YouTube, and I will get you information by the SC4 email on how to find it on YouTube. If you're looking at this right now, you've already found it, and hopefully I will be able to get another link to the endocrine review to you as well. So with that being said, any questions? Perfect. Kidding. I'll be around all day tomorrow. Email me like crazy. All right, seriously, any questions, any critiques, let me know, and I hope to be back in touch with you very, very soon. All right, take care, stay safe, don't get too stressed. Bye. Ooh, 17 minutes.